Yeah, it was sitting out there all night. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the public forum of the Town Council meeting of Monday, July 10th to order at 6:03 p.m. My name is Ken Poisson. I'm the 6th District Councilman and Vice Chairman of the Town Council. Chris Pia, Council Chairman, is away on vacation. Our one speaker that signed up tonight is Tom Evans. Please state your name and address for the record, sir. Thank you.
Sure, thank you, Chair. My name is Tom Evans, and my address is 1461 Main Street. So thank you all for your time tonight. I just wanted to ask a couple questions about the proposal that we just saw. Ms. Stancho and I just had a lovely conversation about it as well. We were just curious if there will be any other proposals heard in light of the fact that this is currently a concept, I believe, and not a full-blown project moving forward. Does anyone know
The way the public forum works is that you guys speak
Hi, folks. I have your slides and everything.
Mr. Evans, you speak to the council, and we can't respond to you now, but someone will get back to you with answers to your questions.
Great, thank you. I would just like to ask the following questions. My group is the American Globe Center. We have a full-blown proposal to create a destination theater in the Shakespeare property that would have a balance between classical Shakespeare work and modern Broadway shows. We believe that we can operate this as a nonprofit but be profitable, and it's based on an investor model, not a donor model, so we know that it can be successful where the old theater failed. My producing partner is Jim Warren, who is the artistic director of the American Shakespeare Center. They have built a recreation of Shakespeare's indoor theater, the Blackfriars Theater, and it has not only run successfully for the last 26 years, it has substantially impacted the economic development of the town of Stanton, Virginia, in which it is in. We believe our project can bring somewhere between $30 to $50 million in economic development annually into Stratford, and we would just love an opportunity to present that to the town council when it is convenient, hopefully before we move forward on this existing project. So thank you.
Thank you. This closes the public forum at 6:05 p.m. The Town Council meeting will start promptly at 7 p.m. I'm going to call the Stratford Town Council meeting of Monday, July 10th, 2023 to order at 7 p.m. My name is Ken Poisson. I'm the 6th District Councilman and Vice Chairman of the Town Council. Council Chairman Chris Pia is away on vacation. The next item on the agenda is the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Councilor Dietschel.
O Lord, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing and help as we are gathered together. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask that we would challenge each other to reach higher and farther in the work of our town. We ask this in the name of our Lord. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next up is the approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes that are listed on the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Brian is up. Guys, like Margot said, make sure you speak into your mics, please. And then it's on. Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. There are no ceremonial presentations and awards, no communications. Next up is item 4, the mayor's report. Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Chairman. Our town's ceremony, we recognized Juneteenth, the celebration to end slavery in the United States, and it was celebrated on the steps of Town Hall on June 16th. Reverend Sandra Hadlin from the First Baptist Church gave the invocation. The remarks were made by Jeffrey Fletcher, owner and founder and collector of the Reuben Calvin Fletcher African American History Museum, and the raising of the Juneteenth flag was by Fire Chief Jermaine Atkinson and Haley Connor. On June 14th, coinciding with Flag Day, the new mural along the walls behind the Veterans Museum was unveiled. Thanks to a group of creative and thoughtful art students at Bunnell and their very dedicated teachers, we now have an incredible mural depicting the history of Stratford and its veterans. The mural highlights Stratford's motto, offering more from forest to shore, by showcasing familiar town landmarks including the Veterans Monument at Academy Hill, the Stratford Point Lighthouse. The students also included a Black Hawk helicopter, a significant part of the town's long-standing ties to aviation and to the military. I encourage everyone to stop by the museum and enjoy this very meaningful art, which honors our veterans and our towns. And while you're there, please look at the beautiful patio that was done by Public Works' own Patrick Leonard. He has his own business, but he donated a considerable amount of work and the landscaping to the Veterans Museum, and he did a beautiful job. The health department is planning back-to-back school clinics offering school physicals and immunizations in August. Please call the department for dates and to schedule an appointment. The Stratford Alerts campaign will be launched this month. It offers residents with access and functional needs an opportunity to sign up for the health department's mass notification system to receive timely information in the event of weather and other related emergencies. The health department will provide blood pressure checks at the South End Community Center on the third Wednesday of each month from now through December. And as a trial run, the department's Know Your Numbers program that screens for blood pressure, blood sugar, and body mass index, BMI, not one of my favorites by the way, will be offered for the July 24th at Holy Name Jesus Pantry. For community services, the Baldwin Center Gallery is pleased to feature the art created by Commission on Aging member Kathy Vigella and her husband Vinny through September. In addition to serving on the commission, Kathy also volunteers to facilitate the Baldwin Center Popular Book Club. And for those that you don't know, that Kathy's also an author. Besides a teacher, she's also an author. The Baldwin Center is hosting the July meeting for the Stratford Chamber of Commerce, and the summer soiree is in full swing at the South End Community Center. In the areas of economic development, Complete Streets Phase 1, we received the DOT's approval to bid, and it's on the council agenda this evening. Zoning regulations update and rewrite is currently in milestone planning and promotional video concept planning, looking at a year to a year and a half to complete this project. The Plan of Conservation and Development, its consolidated chapters are being reviewed and will be forwarded to the state for approval. Our edits can be made prior to August 20th. For additional information, please visit www.planstratford.com. We've had a variety of ribbon cuttings. On June 7th, it was Stallion Barbershop located at Orono Plaza. June 14th was the Veterans Museum mural. Museum mural. June 16th was Runway 180 Saloon at Orono Plaza. And on June 22nd, it was Two Roads Food Hall. We have upcoming ribbon cuttings at Petrello's Barbershop on 1440 Barnum Avenue, and that will be held on July 12th. And Platinum Prep at Orono Plaza will be held on July 13th. And after 75 years in business, Salerno's Pizzas closes its doors this Saturday with Carl Salerno's retirement. We have some new business. We have Returnable Container Management LLC, opened up on 1805 to 1855 Stratford Avenue. The state-of-the-art redemption center was sold for more than $2.35 million to a New York-based company expanding in Connecticut. The 30,000 square foot facility will bring in 30 new jobs. At 429 Soundview Avenue, the former French's Bakery is approved by zoning on June 28 for a new daycare facility. 345 Holly Lane, which is North Town Center, an indoor golf simulator facility with a liquor license was approved by the Zoning Commission on June 28. For large conveyances, 2876 to 2890 Main Street, which is the Medical Arts Building, sold for $4.8 million with a $12,000 conveyance. 2095 Barnum Avenue was formerly Cartwright, sold to 2095 Barnum Avenue LLC for $1.87 million on 425. 326 and 344 West Avenue, which is an apartment complex, sold to 415 Hollister LLC for $900,000. And on April 3rd, Regency acquired Erdstadt Biddle Properties in a merger agreement, and the value of that was approximately $4.8 billion. 130 Honey Spot Road, the former Johnny's Restaurant, sold to Road Chambers LLC for $575,000. Upcoming town events is Blues on the Beach. Let me know about your passes that you want to need for parking. You can either reach out to me, Molly, or Sarah. Staff news. We unfortunately say goodbye to Carol, our assistant tax assessor, Carol Mordanwick. She retired last week and we celebrated 23 years of service. The appointments. So Father Peter Adamski, the clergy representative to the Commission on Aging, I appointed him last week. And I'd like to name the following for the Arts Commission. These are the people that had submitted their applications. Rich Fredette, Aaron McLaughlin, Jeff Sokolowski, Aubrey Buska, Teresa Piccolo, Paul Gianardo, Lou DeCilio, Roger Sauls, and Arthur Halverson. And then on the Beautification Committee, Christine Griffin is chair, Donna Caserta, Patricia Keys, Patricia Ritchie, Rita Scaccia, Deidre McNeil, Jen Riley Young, and Kevin Moore is the alternate. And that's my report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions for the mayor from the council? Next up is the town attorney's report. Mr. Town Attorney.
Thank you. The report for June is that the town attorney's office settled a property damage claim involving a sewage backup that recovered $400 for property damage to a town vehicle, recovered just over $5,000 in blight recovery, and had 16 FOI requests filed. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6 is ordinances and resolutions. 6.2.1, look for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
motion to approve item 6.2.1, a resolution regarding a Connecticut Department of Public Health per capita grant and aid for full-time health departments.
Second by Bill O'Brien.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 6.2.2.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
motion to approve item 6.2.2, a resolution regarding a Connecticut Department of Public Health grant to support preventative health strategies and the development of natural spaces. And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So sorry. I'm really excited about this grant. It is exactly what I've been advocated for. I was wondering if maybe Molly could answer this question. If there were any projects that you had in mind. I love the idea of addressing these areas of community concern, especially environmental justice, and maybe you can talk a little bit about it.
Alrighty, thank you for your question. So one of the requirements, not necessarily a requirement, but they kind of prioritize applications that focus on underserved communities, whether they're designated through the census tract or through the EJ tool, which is the Environmental Justice Communities designated through HUD, I believe. And so in doing this, while we don't necessarily have a location plan, the way we wrote the application is where hoping to get funds to actually evaluate different town spaces, whether they be actual parks, little sections in neighborhoods, etc. And through that, acting at the same time, simultaneously, there would be a public engagement process, which is also required by the grant program. So that would mean we would maximize all the public input we're getting, whether it be from town officials, residents in said neighborhoods, different advocates and such. And we also plan to work alongside those who have actual expertise and professional experience in community garden work to ensure the way we go about it will actually benefit those in the neighborhood near the community gardens and those all around town, as we hope to expand the network on that.
Again, thank you for this grant, and I would love to work with you and the Department of Health on this grant money. Should we get it? Thank you again.
Yes, fingers crossed it gets awarded. Thank you, though.
Yes, Greg.
Thank you, Ken. Hi. $450,000. We have, it looks like at least a couple of infrastructures in our moratorium. Did I say that right? And
Arboretum.
And I didn't, infrastructure for acceptance of SNAP. So I'm thinking the money's more for infrastructure, not for ongoing staffing.
I would have to look at how we did the budget and such. I know there is, I believe it was Walter, he would be the main coordinator for the public engagement as well as other aspects of the program. And yes, so Andrea just confirmed it would be Walter. And the way in which we were going to approach that is kind of just focusing on the outline. We have what, 1 through 6 here. Because it is a 5-year grant program, we had to kind of be creative in what we can fit into this time period, but also spending cost efficiently. And through that, there's not many staff that would be funded, though Walter being the lead on the coordinating behind the scenes, that is where that would be placed.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, David.
Thank you. Andrea or Molly, I know in the past, the town, we had gone out and applied for item 6 specifically, the SNAP benefits to be better accessible, right, at our Stratford Farmers Market. So if we were to be a recipient of this grant, which I think is great, thank you for applying and working on it, how would you envision that particular piece of the grant be implemented? Would it be for a new farmer's market, or would we be able to apply this towards the current farmer's market that we have in Paradise Creek?
I think the intent is to apply it at the current farmers market. And really, when you're talking about the infrastructure, you can't just, you have to have a fiduciary to serve as the person or the entity that takes in the funds that then can give to the farmers. So.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. 6.2.3.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
motion to approve item 6.2.3, a resolution regarding Department of Energy of Emergency Services and Public Protection allocated grant funds for auto theft and violence prevention.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 6.2.4.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
motion to approve item 6.2.4, a resolution regarding U.S. Department of Justice grant to support Stratford Police Department's purchase of bulletproof vests.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7 is new business, 7.1.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move that item 7.1, the tax abatement for 335 Benton Street, be structured as the following: year 1, 80%, year 2, 60%, and year 3, 40%.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Sorry, can you just talk a little bit about this abatement and why? A little bit, explain it?
Sure, Mr. Timniak can do that for us.
Good evening, everyone. The abatements for Stratton Industries, they own a couple properties in town. They keep expanding. They went ahead and they purchased 335 Benton Street. Their plan is to use the abatement money to buy more equipment so that they can hire more people. And that was the proposal they put in front, sort of in a nutshell.
Can you tell me what they do here in Stratford? Can you talk a little bit about this industry? And how many people they currently employ, and how many would be added if they get this, I mean, if we did this abatement for them?
So they will be adding, their proposal was to add more than 3 people for this abatement, if they're able to build up this new section. I'm not comfortable speaking on Stratton Industries as a whole. I don't know the details as far as how many employees. I believe this is their 3rd property they have in Stratford. It may be 4. They do keep expanding, and they are growing. So I would defer to someone else if they have more.
Madam Mayor's going to try to answer some questions for you.
I just pulled it up right now, so I'll just read it to you. For 60 years, Stratton Industries continually provides complex manufacturing, fast. Many of our operations use lights on and lights out automation, giving a significant edge over our competitors. We invest in the best technology, equipment, and processes to better meet our customers and unique applications. And they are called precision and custom manufacturing.
I'm so sorry. I do have a follow-up question. How much is the total abatement?
The total is going to be for $11,361.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
At the current tax rate.
Over.
Yes, Greg.
Aha. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Can I abstain?
No. Yes or no?
I'm gonna. Thank you.
So you're opposed? Okay, motion carries 9-1.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to say they are part of the aeronautics industry and they're FAA-approved certified repair vendor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I stand corrected because I'm sitting here, it means one of us is not here. So it's 8-1. Item 7.2.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move that item 7.2 be referred to the town attorney for evaluation and review.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Three,
Yes,
Mr.
Caitlin.
Chairman. Thank you. Could someone please explain the background on this to us?
Yes, Mr. Timniak, again, please. Thank you.
I don't know if I want to
Thank you.
refer this to the town attorney or essentially we have residents of Stratford who are letting their dogs run on what's called an e-collar. An e-collar allows it to run unleashed. We believe that the word leash should be defined as a lead, an attachment to the dog, not an e-collar of which you press a button and have the dog come back. I think whether you are a resident walking without a dog on an e-collar, the sight of a dog running full speed at you unattended is enough to send a resident startling and may make a cautionary move to defend oneself. And this would clarify what is becoming a new term in the world of leashing dogs, if that's the right phrase.
The issue for the town attorney would be to determine whether the ordinance as written is sufficiently clear or whether it needs to be amended.
Through you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
So thank you to the Roosevelt Forest Commission, because I know at all the parks that this is an issue, and I think it's good that we have updated language, if that's the case. And then would there be signs going up in the park? I mean, I know that at several of the parks, they already say that the dogs have to be on a leash, with like a picture of a leash. Is that, anybody?
I believe the signs already are stated that it has to be a leash, so this is, I'm sure they'll be updated
Like
to say
attached
like
to
a physical leash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Greg.
Thank you, Ken. Is it just parks in the forest, or would it be all public land?
That's a good question.
I believe that's what the town attorneys are going to look into as part of the possible rewriting of the ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.3.
It's easier. Okay, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move 7.3, the award of the Pinell High School abatement state contract. I'm not going to read the number, to New England Yankee Construction of West Haven in the amount of $58,324, and the authorization of the mayor to enter into a contract for such in form acceptable to the town attorney.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.4.
Mr. Chairman, I move
Yes.
7.4, award of Pinell High School flooring state contract to Barrell and Conover Floors Incorporated of Hartford, Connecticut, in the amount of $191,435, and the authorization of the mayor to enter into a contract for such in form acceptable to the town attorney.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.5.
Mr. Chairman, 7.5, I move the Baldwin Center parking lot resource services change order for ledge removal in the amount of $16,032.50.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.6.
Mr. Chairman, I move 7.6, complete street improvement award of bid to Star Construction Corporation in the amount of $2,403,472, and the authorization of the mayor to enter into a contract for such in form acceptable to the town attorney.
And I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Yes, Greg.
Awesome news, glad to see we're finally breaking ground.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.7.
Mr. Chairman, I move 7.7, the Greenway/Bikeway Extension award of bid to Waters Construction Company in the amount of $589,443, and the authorization of the mayor to enter into a contract for such in form acceptable to the town attorney.
And I'll second.
All right, motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Are you happy about this one too, Greg? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.8.
And yes, Mr. Chairman, I move 7.8, Bruce Brook, Weston and Sampson Amendment in the amount of $11,300.
And I'll second.
All right, motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Item 7.10 is the confirmation of mayoral appointments.
Mr. Chairman, resolved that the mayor's appointments to the Arts Commission be and are hereby confirmed.
I'll second.
All right, is there any discussion?
Is that, how did you, I mean, you just did it from the application, is that basically you just looked over the application? Why did you choose the individuals that you chose? Sort of,
The reappointments.
What's that?
They're reappointments.
Oh, okay.
They asked me on that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, resolved that the mayor's appointments to the Beautification Commission are hereby confirmed.
And I'll second.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. I'll
Mr.
take a
Chairman,
motion to
member-
adjourn. Mr. O'Connor.
Mr. Chairman, motion to adjourn the meeting.
And I'll second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Chair votes aye.